question. You've got a little driving question up here. How did they do that? And not that I'm saying that you are chimps or anything like that. That's really just a photograph of me. You've got these two people over here who appear to be dancing. What I'd like you to do is to watch what comes before your eyes in just a moment, and ideally not talk to your friends about what's going on. Just watch yourself and see what you think about the whole thing. Okay, so here we go. Need to get the old sound cable, and that's falling away somewhere. So it might be good if we just pull the blinds down about halfway. You'll probably be able to see, but just about halfway down will be good. Okay, so your question for this morning is, how did they do that? Piece of paper says, lost in thought. What I'd like to do, without talking to the person next door to you or in the immediate vicinity, maybe jot down six thoughts that you had about what you just seen. Okay? What was going on? What were your thoughts about what was happening? And, okay. There we are. So I'll give you around about 90 seconds, so I need the thoughts being put down on the paper quite quickly. What do you think about all of that? About 30 seconds to go. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling on a bit more now. The person next door to you, you're typically going to be working in pairs because I think there are pairs all around.
Come here, mate.
Well, I thought it was really quick.
Come closer.
Bloke didn't do anything at all, really. He did one change.
True, but then the girl did like 12 changes in just a bit.
Yeah, but have you watched him before? Where usually they do an equal amount. They're both running around quickly.
True. I think they must have practiced it a lot to get to do it that fast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get how they do it. Because at first, you know, she had like a long dress on and then it was shorter. I thought she had like short ones underneath.
But there's a long one.
And then suddenly it was long ones and then it's like, I don't get how they do it.
Clothes go. Like, they wouldn't be on the floor or anything. And I think her hair changed colour as well. Yeah, it was halfway through when she was
Yeah, she hasn't got
one like a John Bradford. You think they use Velcro? Just like for the back.
She could have just had it like, she could have just had it over her head and not actually on, but then she did. No, but you know what I mean? Like, it looked like it was on.
4, 3, 2, 1.
She's like that.
Yeah, and he's carrying loads.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Impressive?
doesn't go on so easily.
They're the best quick change acts in America, and they are the equivalent of Britain's Got Talent, and America's Got Talent as they try to sort of make it to the very top. So they do all the very big venues in Las Vegas and all that sort of stuff, and that's done for real. So what you've just seen is the act that they've done. People like former President the American President, George Bush, has seen them and made some very positive comments about them, as has Hasselhoff, who was one of the judges on there. So, that said, again, 60 more seconds now to talk in your pairs about what you thought went on, some questions that you might want to ask, and then we're going to have a whole group activity where you're going to bounce some ideas around for a roundabout.
Do you actually find out how they do it?
Yes. No.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh, well, then I don't like discussing it.
Oh, why?
Because if I'm not going to find out the answer, I don't want to discuss it. Because it's going to frustrate
Then me
me.
and Thea can make her own after that.
So, what our discussion will be for about 4 or 5 minutes is how do you think they did it? Okay? So, somebody else might sort of share a few ideas with you just a moment. So, with your friend, with your partner, your friends for a moment, just another 60 seconds quickly, coming up with aspects of the show that you saw, what do you think was going on, how did it happen, and then we'll do a whole class share in just a second. Okay,
It's
off we
really
go.
frustrating. How do you think that?
What we just said earlier on.
And like to dress.
No, but they can't all do that.
No, but you know the one,
Some of them.
you know the box one over yellow and black? I think when she walked in that changes.
Yeah, some of them they all do it, but other ones I just don't get how they can. Like the last one, he was holding like a big ball of material with, he could just throw it on there.
when he drops it
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so you can see it drop.
But I don't understand.
That last bit doesn't make sense. Look, he's holding the dress. Oh no, he's not. He's holding the material in his hands.
He can't even, he's got straps and everything.
Yeah, well, he's holding the material. That material that's in her hands is what the fabric is.
And look at this bit.
And this one, you can see the polka dot. Look, you can see the polka dot there.
It must be attached to the fabric.
Yeah, but look, you can see it. See that? Look, you can see the polka dot there. And then she turns thing. So it's really quick. This is so good.
The dress is definitely in his hands.
It's really confusing.
That dress is longer than actually had on.
Guys, so we're back to me for a moment, okay? I want to give you the opportunity to take it a wee bit further. I'm now going to do something really different.
I saw you had the best idea. Spill the beans.
Okay, the last one, he's holding the dress.
Start from the start. Okay, alright.
He's like kind of holding the dress, I think, and then I think he just drops it on her, and then she like. Yeah, but he hasn't got enough in his hands.
Yeah, you can see that. You can see when he does it, he throws it on. You can still see the material in his hands that he like had in his hands in the first place. That's that big white thing.
Maybe I think it's going to be belted. Like,
Huh?
like the dress underneath, and then like, because she
There's
has
not
that's
enough
just like rips the other one off.
Yeah, where would the other one go?
It was on the floor, didn't you see it?
No.
It was on the floor and she kicked it.
I don't trust anything you say. Why didn't the bloke do more stuff?
Because he wasn't magical enough to change more than once. They have to wear, because girls just wear dresses. He has to get the whole trousers and everything on.
He did do it once.
Yeah, he did do it once. Yeah. Maybe they just painted him like.
Maybe he could have used a dress.
You never know.
And her hair changed colour.
Yeah, that was
That was wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
Just went like the hairdressers.
She's got time to dye
There's
it.
not enough time to like put a wig on and a dress in like 2
That's what I
seconds.
mean.
Yeah,
it's
Like the black hair could have been a wig, so it's quick enough to take off a wig than put on a wig. Yeah. Because you just go, like you take it off when you take the dress off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it seems more like realistic rather than putting it on. I can't take.
What, still wearing like 3 wigs?
I showed you.
So did she have black and blonde and red hair?
No.
Is that
No.
She should have red hair.
The first dress, you can say that she took that one off because it was all floaty and everything, so that could easily have been taken
Yeah,
off.
but you couldn't sit on the floor. You'd think it'd be on the floor.
Yeah, but it would have been with the other material.
Tube.
Yeah, so the tube goes down around the place
Yeah.
there.
Is it? All right. Okay, Beth. Question.
I think everyone's got the same question of how did he do it?
Right.
I don't know.
How is it humanly possible to change clothes in such a short amount of time?
Okay.
Once you tell us the answer, can we try and do it?
Yeah, can we announce, give this a go?
Why just you and Alex? It's unfair.
Because we got the swag.
Because I'm great in a dress.
Okay. Moving on. If there's a question you wanted to ask Alice, it might be.
I know these ones.
If there's a question you want to ask about that, it might be.
Might be. Oh. Not. Camera's on me, I'm a bit shy.
Okay. Shall we go on?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Eve or Soleil?
Can anyone do it? Or is it just something?
Okay. A question, can anyone do it? Are you
Yeah.
asking the question, could I do that if I practice
Yeah,
enough?
like, yeah.
Okay.
Got that question.
Is there an answer to that?
Yeah.
I would think, yeah.
Yeah.
I would think so, yeah.
It's a lot of practice, yeah.
Okay, cool. Larissa, Dickon?
How long did it take them to master it?
All right.
Years and years and years.
Real.
Hours.
And then Harry or Patrick?
It's the dress, like normal dress, or like you can rip it off like a Velcro.
Right, okay.
You interested, Pat?
Brilliant. Okay, so some interesting questions that emerge from watching a 2-minute.
It's like,
Really good change clothes. Right.
Yeah, but it's like something to do with how we don't actually know who society
Maybe there is a
really
link,
like
because I
guess.
see
We don't actually know what to do, we're just like guessing.
Well, that was pretty good. I saw that.
Research,
Stood on his seat as well.
Bring
So you find
maybe it's something to do with how society.
So I'm going to
Right, 10 seconds to go.
change his mind. Change his clothes.
So we had to really brainstorm it to come up with an idea. So maybe there's going to be some topics in sociology. Well, we're going to have to do the same thing.
Yeah, have to think about it. You're going to have to think in sociology as well. Hate that. Yeah, good one. He wants to do something like that. Right. Larissa?
Well, if it didn't have anything and it didn't, then that would have been a waste of 20 minutes. So it's got to have something.
What do you think that something is?
I've only been in this.
Okay, Larissa. Yeah, because Stephen's only been with us for one lesson, so what do you think the link might be?
Oh, the link.
I don't really know.
Don't know? Okay, and it's cool. It's fine not to know. It's fine not to know. Okay?
I thought you could link it with like the deductive approach, because you have your data, which could be like your original clothes,
Yeah.
and then when you got the thing up, like it could be like your research, so like no theory first, and you got your data as your like changing, and then your new clothes is your new theory.
Okay. So you've got your theory, which might be one set of clothes. You get some data, I think you were saying, which would be the new set of clothes, apply that in some way, and you end up with a new theory, i.e. a new dress.
Yeah.
Cool, excellent, brilliant, brilliant. Ladies?
It's just our interpretation of what and why it's happening.
Oh, wow, okay,
It's
yeah.
not necessarily the truth behind it, it's just what we think of it.
Okay, so really, really, really good. So sort of perceptions of how I interpret what's going on. Is it real? Isn't it real? Was it trickery going on? Or was it something happening in reality and in real life? Fantastic. Sorry, right, we're going on Beth, Molly?
We had a similar one, as in, like all the theories have a different perspective on sociology, whereas we all in the class have a different perspective of how we did that.
Ah, okay, brilliant. Okay, so seeing the quick change act gives you the opportunity, all of you the opportunity to think about how it's done. Very much, very similar to what goes on in sociology.
Yeah.
Have different opportunities to think about how different theories operate. Fantastic. Faye, Amy.
Ours was the same as Molly and Beth, because we all talked together about it.
Okay, cool. So you worked as a group of four. Brilliant. Right, so that's our sort of opening section for the Hinge questions and the learning objectives. Is society a product of structure or action? And the idea that we're going to start having a look at more functionist theory and build on your learning from AS. Okay?
Date.
And then for you to be aware that today we have thinking learning habits. I'll talk about those in just a moment. Thinking learning habits. Questioning, which I hope you've been doing already. How on earth did they do that? What was going on there? Is it a particular type of dress? Is it this? Is it that? What's happening? And recognising relevance. And again, with our opening section, you started to pick up some ideas about how the video clip could be relevant to the study of sociology as a social science. So I'll be quiet for a few minutes, and or a few seconds really, and let you do your progress to the learning sheet. Okay? Off you go. Right, so what do I worry